Hello everybody, long time no see. Happy New Year if I haven't said it before, even though it's already March. I have one of my Four Seasons books, so that's the large book. This is the third ever book, the Four Seasons book I made, because I only make them as custom orders. I will put them on my Etsy as a pre-order, made to order item, but people have to contact me before they purchase it, because we have to speak about what your preference is, and also I don't want to be paid up front, so maybe just partly. So it's best to speak to me, but I'm gonna put it on my Etsy so people know that it's possible, because nobody knows it's possible. People just ask me when they see my YouTube, and then I make one. They are all different, and usually people just say make one how you want, so that's what I do. But each of them is different, and there is two more on my YouTube if you look back, if you want to have a look. So this is another Four Seasons book. The big wraparound cover is this. The inside is these branches, and as in a pocket, and as Four Seasons suggests, it's spring, summer, autumn, winter, and it's got loads of string and threads because I have to clean it up before I post it. So this is rusted cotton fabric. I use vintage fabrics, I use new fabrics if I don't have vintage, but they are all natural fabrics. I don't like synthetic fabrics. So this is leather closure with the Tim Holtz knob there. So let's get into this chunky one. It's this is spring, so we have dragonfly, and I picked poppy flower again to depict the change in seasons. So we have some seed heads print, we have some fibers, cheesecloth, and freehand embroidery, dragonfly and poppies. We have eco printed pocket here. You can see Chinese maple print. This I learned a new technique. I haven't mastered it, but I will. And it's batik. So if you don't know, it's drawing with a hot wax. So it's liquid wax, and then whatever you wax on covers the fabric. So then when you dip it in the dye, that bit stays the color the fabric was originally. And then you take the wax off with a hot iron. So yes, that's a very sort of in short what it entails. You have to have a special tool to dip this little bowl with a nozzle to get the wax in, and then do that. And so this is a heron, and then I printed some branches over it, and it's quite springy, but still the snow is on the ground. So this is a pocket. This is a green linen that I love. This green linen, I got this in Czech Republic. I wanted to make piece of clothing from it, but I don't really do that, so I used it in my books, and I absolutely love the color of it. It's this yellow golden green. We have cadi paper, tea dyed. We have pergament paper, we have vintage map, nests and eggs from Tim Holtz, we have coffee and tea dyed paper, vintage pages, usual stuff, check, book, page about insect, lined paper, loads of, this is Enid Holden. So we have spring, this is the branches with the new growth on them. So this, all this signature is themed into spring. We have the dragonflies because that's on the cover of the signature. And each signature has got 2 more signatures. This is different office papers, vintage map. So this is the end of the first signature. This is an ink drawing that I did on this beautiful caddy paper that I painted golden green color. I think that golden green is so springy. Here we have a pocket with the string marks from Eco Dyeing. This is cotton, Eco Dyed cotton, where it was, where the bundle was tied up. So I love this. And this is Eco Dyed paper. This is a big leaf, big green leaf that I dyed this paper with. It's original, all artwork is original. It's not scanned prints, it's original artwork. And we have these ceramic beads. This one is matching this. And here we have dyed, hand dyed glassine paper, vintage pages, yeah, vintage handmade paper that I bought in Czech Republic. So this is a piece of beautiful handmade paper. This is a vintage page. All the book pages are vintage. Some of them are really quite old, like this. I look for vintage books all the time. This is Eco Dyed fabric pocket with some gel print of some branches. This is a Czech office paper. I love the color of it. Some are Czech and some are English. I look for vintage books with pictures and lovely illustrations. Here we have April. So April is in spring with this spring rabbit from Enid Holden. And this double cascading pocket, which is printed, gel printed. And we have this, I don't know what they are called again. In Czech we call it kočičky, cats. These fluffy, when the trees start growing, and we put them in a vase for spring. And I think they are used for church, in church for something in Easter. I'm not sure. I haven't been to church for a long time. Here is the back of the signature cover. So here we have a little pocket with gel print. I got this pastel olive acrylic color when I went to the city the other day, and I love the color of it. And here is the pocket from the eco printed cotton and the linen again. The texture of the linen is gorgeous. You can see all the lines, how it was woven. Now this is the back of the spring signature. So we have a dragonfly and these poppies, buds. So here we have summer. Summer has butterflies and the poppies are blooming. So we have this fern print, some cheesecloth, hand-dyed cheesecloth. Everything is hand-dyed, hand-painted, free motion embroidery. Everything, I made it, everything by me. The inside is this poppy flower cotton. We have seed head print and phone book card, green dyed glassine, very old vintage Birds of the British Empire book. So that book is really cool because it's not just Britain, because British Empire is Australia and other places, maybe Canada and stuff. So there is all sorts of exotic birds. So that's a nice book. Vintage map, bird page, Observer's Book of Birds. I think we have a rose here for the summer. We have vintage print from a book about sea life. So I thought these are beautiful summer colors, plus we go to the sea in summer, so I thought that's fitting. We have a butterfly here on cabbage. Lovely, beautiful vintage pages in this book. Yellows. Oh. This is quite a lot of pages, isn't it? That's the birds. That's the first signature of summer. So we have moths. That is an intaglio print. So I made these cards. I don't know the right terminology, with the Tetra Pak, and then printed them in my Sizzix machine, which acts like the printing press. That's what I use my Sizzix machine for. And so that's the moths that I made, that I designed and made and printed with the intaglio printing technique, the intaglio ink that I got from France in Payne's Grey. Love it. And this is hand-drawn ink moths that I drew on coffee dyed paper with this earth red ink. This is a gel print that I made in Czech Republic last year of some seed heads that my mom threw away in a garden. And we have dandelion. And this is another handmade paper that I bought in Czech Republic, green this time. I love the speckles. And we have some wine, because who doesn't like wine in summer? Or grapes, I should say. We have a fern on cotton, puffin, butterflies. I themed this into butterflies, as you can see. Butterfly there. July, we have Enid Holden book page with July, and some summer yellowy birds. Vintage page from Bird Book. This is Caddy handmade paper pocket that I printed. Love how this coffee print came out. Rustic vintage book about herbs in Czech. I think they are about 100 years old. Then black and white pages. Another bird page from the Observer book. And double pocket, one cotton print with a seed head, Queen Anne's lace on rusty cotton, and eco dyed, it's hidden there, sort of grey eco dyed handmade paper from India, and some more of the seed heads I printed in my mom's house, and the butterfly here on the back. The autumn cover is my favorite because they are beetles. I think I embroidered beetles for the first time, and I love the colors, and I love how these are, the poppy seeds are forming, the poppy heads are forming the seed heads here, and they're going sort of brown and rusty because we are going into autumn. We have these prints of seed heads on this coffee dyed linen, all these browns and reds. Yeah, I think this is my favorite. We have a little bit darker eco print here for the pocket. This is a paper eco print with the tie marks from the tie bundle tie. This is another intaglio print of cotinus leaves pocket on Scadi paper. Yeah, I use a lot of techniques. Here is some pumpkins and squashes because that's autumnal. Another bird. Lots of different art techniques. Here we have tea bag print on tea bag, and then I decoupage that on Khadi paper and made pocket from it. Here we have blackberries, autumnal, mushrooms, everything that goes with autumn, squirrels, the swallows, because they are moving in autumn. They go into India or somewhere warm, so you can see them in Europe on the electric wires, sitting, waiting until they are all there, and then they go. We have all these beads, ceramic beads. We have rats and card, lined card, and the moth. I think there is an issue with the toilet with the toddler next door. Well, next door to me, so I will have to go and sort that. Grasses, vintage book page, music page, and eco print on this thick vintage linen. This one is truly vintage, beautiful. We have coffee dyed paper. I picked some really strong patterns for the autumn. Pergamon paper, rusty orange dyed glassine paper, and this is an intaglio print of tree seeds. I made some seeds that come from trees, the little cutouts from Tetra Paks. I need to learn the proper word. And then I printed them, so this is the result of that. This is another go at batik. So this is made with wax, then it's dyed, that's snow goose, then it's all dyed this emerald green, and I printed over it some seed heads, so you can see how the frost is sort of coming, the white, the winter frost. That's a big pocket. That's a really thick cotton fabric. Khadi paper. We have the glassine paper and Enid Holden autumnal scene with dry grasses, fields, and poppies and poppy seeds. Now we have some autumnal fruits from the roses, and raspberry, blackberry, strawberry, and the rose, halls of the rose. Big moth, a little tuck with a seed head of Queen Anne's lace, I think. I love these. But you can see that I print them all the time. Some really cool coffee dyed paper, vintage book page, mushrooms, mushrooms are autumnal to me because we go and pick them in Czech and eat them. They're delicious. Moral is spring mushroom though, but I love this page. Vintage book page from, I don't know what book is it. It's beautiful. If you can hear anything, that's my partner dealing with the toilet, with the toddler. This is print on rusty cotton, some stitching with moss that I free hand embroidered over it. Here is a print tag, here is a card. So there is a lot of stitching, and hand dyeing and eco printing. Pocket with this eco print lined with this rusty cotton, viscose, I think maybe. And this is eco printed paper. All the artwork is original. Here is another beetle. Here is a dandelion that's on all white, and a seed head on this linen. And this is the winter signature. So we have the white frozen moss. We have the poppies turned into poppy seed heads, and some more heads that are open because birds had them, and the branches, and some cheesecloth. You have this, I lined it with this cotton, thick cotton upholstery fabric. Here we have a heron, goose and a deer. This is another batik print, so I covered this in wax, left this crow to dye black, and then I scrunched it up, froze it, scrunched it up, so I got the lines, the cracks in it. I love it. I think it worked out really well. I made quite a few of these. They are gonna be in my next journals as well. Yes, so this is a pocket. So the fabric, when you batik it, because the wax, you can't really properly get rid of the wax, is quite stiff, which I really like, because then it can be a pocket and it holds its shape. This is a canvas cotton print of some branches. This is glassine paper that I dyed blue. We have December page here from Enid Holden book with these berries, holly and the blackbird, and these kids trying to get some food from a coconut. And this is a print, gel print on black cotton. I dyed it black and then I made a white negative print. Hand dyed drawing paper. I put some pines here because they are wintry. This is a Czech music paper. It's different to the Irish British one. I don't know why, but I find it interesting. I am not musical, so I don't know why. Here is some birds, wintry birds here with the red berries. I thought that would go really well into my winter signature. Pine. This is a big hidden pocket here with a gel print of wintry seed heads. Yeah, I'm very happy with this book. I think everything is coordinated. This is some of the seed heads from my mom's garden on this thick cotton. I made pocket with it and sewn it onto this eco print that is quite dark. I think it's wintry fern. Yeah, it's a lot of work, a lot of printing and sewing and stitching. Here is a vintage card with blue tits and winter jasmine. They're eating from the coconut again. They've got some food in it. I sewn it in here because I thought it would go beautifully with this signature. I got this sent to me by a person I buy vintage books from. And this is a print on this paper. And we have Jay from the Birds of the British Empire book. We have got mosses and pages for writing, a little tag with canvas, and what else? Oh, this beautiful double pocket on Caddy handmade paper that has been gel printed, blue on blue, acorns, branches on canvas, this grey glassine, blue dyed page with a little fern cotton pocket, and this is the back of the winter signature. So we've got the branches and we've got outline of a moss. So yeah, that's a lot of work, and you can order this kind of journal. It's not going to be the same, obviously they are all different, but the theme is 4 seasons, so there is always similar elements. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll be back soon.